Welcome back to this edition of Kingsport blog video update. Wanted to first send a shout out to the Dobyns-Bennett Marching Band on their performance in the Macy's Parade. It's pretty incredible to turn on the TV and see a group from Kingsport and having Ann Curry and Matt Lauer, discussing at length the Dobyns-Bennett Band. And we can't pay for that kind of priceless national coverage. So thank you so much to the Dobyns-Bennett Band, to Leif Cook and all the staff, and the parents, of course, for doing such a great job in representing Kingsport. You made us very proud. Big news right now, of course, is retail sales. This is the big time of year when most stores either make it or break it, and the city budget is about 29% based on retail sales tax collections. So it's really important that our stores do well in this environment in order for our city to do well. Kingsport's sales are still the best in 6 years. We just got the most recent retail sales report. We are hopeful that that trend will continue up into the next year and continue to improve. Nationwide, stores are up double digits, and we certainly hope that translates down into Kingsport. I wanted to remind everybody to be loyal, buy local, and in order to understand why that matters, you have to understand how Tennessee handles sales tax formula. For every dollar that is collected in retail sales tax in the city of Kingsport, 50% of that money, of the local portion of that money, goes to the city of Kingsport to pay for things like police, fire, and public works and general services like that. The other 50 cents goes to county-wide schools, and it is further broken down based on average daily membership of the 3 school systems in Sullivan County. So, for example, Sullivan County schools get the vast majority of that money. Kingsport City schools get the second highest amount, and then Bristol gets the balance. So we all share in the success countywide of sales taxes collected in Sullivan County. Now, if you make your purchases in Washington County, that money goes to Washington County and Johnson City schools and government. And if you go to Virginia, then Tennessee loses the sales tax altogether, and we have no benefit to supply the services that we try to provide our citizens daily. So please be sure and be loyal and buy local. I recently returned from the American Association of Retirement Communities in Biloxi, Mississippi, where I was able to give a presentation. That meeting is actually coming to Kingsport next year. So they're going to be at Meadowview in October of 2012, and we're really excited about that. I put together a presentation for that conference of the impact of the 2010 census. And it occurred to me when I was doing that there's a lot of general information in there that may be of interest to you or your business. So you can check it out at the development.kingsporttn.gov/presentations website, or you can go to jefffleming.blogspot.com and search the archives there and check that out. Some pretty interesting little tidbits in there. One of the most surprising to me was that while I knew that Texas was the fastest growing state based on the 2010 census for the past 10 years, they added 4 million people, and that is larger than the population of 25 individual states. So when you think about it, if the entire population of Louisiana moved to Texas, that's how many people moved to Texas in the past 10 years. And similarly, in the northern and midwestern states, we've seen a decrease. And that translates very well with what we're doing with the Move to Kingsport program, because many of those folks are moving to the South in general, and many are choosing smaller communities like Kingsport where the cost of living is much more affordable and they can make their dollars go much further. Planning Commission, we continue to annex in the Colonial Heights area. We will reach the 50,000 mark by the end of the year. However, that's just a number. It's a goal that we've had for some time. It's not going to be a major sea change in the way we do things, but it has been a local milestone that we've been shooting for some time. So we're very happy that we'll be able to reach that number. Recently, there's been some data released about the labor market, and it caught some attention because it said there were 18,000 people in the labor force in Kingsport and over 30,000 in Johnson City. So I had quite a bit of activity, folks asking me why the discrepancy. And what you have to keep in mind is that the labor market is based on where you live, not where you work. So if you live in Kingsport and work in Kingsport, that's considered the Kingsport labor force. If you live in Kingsport and work anywhere else, you're still in Kingsport's labor force. If you live in Johnson City or Bristol or some other place and work in Kingsport, you are counted in their labor force, not Kingsport. So while Kingsport has a large center of activity for jobs, they don't count in the labor force if they don't live in Kingsport. So that helps you understand why the city manager has been really striving to provide the amenities like the aquatic center and the YMCA and affordable housing initiatives and apartment initiatives to encourage people to choose to live in Kingsport, not just work here. So that helps put that together a little bit more so you understand why we kind of do the things that we do. That's your 5-minute update, and as always, you can get this information online at jefffleming.blogspot.com, or you can write to me at kingsportblog@gmail.com. That's kingsportblog@gmail.com. Thank you.